Right now I am at the Perodua HQ in Rawang, but today's event I can't show you anything because the phone is going into the locker. Alright guys, so just done here at the Perodua plant. Now I'm heading off. So what was I doing here today? Now today is actually 8th of December. Okay, it was the day of the anti-ICET rally happening in downtown KL. So as of now, as I'm recording this, whatever that I've seen here today is under embargo. So by now you'll be viewing this some point in the future, maybe around January. All right, so the agenda today was of course the Perodua SUV, which as I'm recording this, the name has not been disclosed. They tell us it is codenamed the NSU, New Sport Utility. All right, that's not the actual name. You would have probably seen some articles of this car as the D38L, that is the internal model code. So what is it about? Let me get into my car and start the aircon first. Okay, so this new Perodua SUV, all right, it is effectively a Toyota Rush underneath. Okay, mechanically it is exactly the same as the Rush, which incidentally it is also manufactured along in the same plant here in Rawang. Okay, yeah, so if you recall earlier on, we mentioned that, let me just adjust the camera angle. We mentioned that the Rush, okay, is contract assembled by Perodua here in Rawang, and so today we know that Perodua is assembling the Rush alongside its new SUV. So some basic details. This new SUV has two variants. There's the X model, which is the lower spec, and the AV model, advanced version, as the higher spec version. All right, so features that we observe: the 1.5X, which is the base model, has 17-inch alloy wheels. It has keyless entry, 6 airbags, stability control, hill start assist. Apparently it is tested 5 stars by ASEAN NCAP, and so it also, like the Rush, it also has that rear rear blower that is mounted just behind the front passenger. All right, and so what it does is it sucks. There's a fan here which sucks cool air from the front and blows it further astern. Okay, and it has a built-in smart tag. But unlike the Rush's smart tag, which is placed here in the center console, the Perodua's NSU is placed at this side, towards the right of the steering wheel under the dashboard. The base model also comes standard with reverse camera. And then you move up to the high spec model, they actually get the roof rail. There's a roof rail, front fog lamps, an upgraded version of Perodua's ASA system, advanced safety assist feature, which was first introduced in the Myvi. That package had forward collision warning, forward collision braking, front departure warning. So it means that when the car in front moves off during a traffic jam or in a traffic light, it sounds you a beep if you don't move off. There's also pedal misoperation control, which basically is a feature that disregards your accelerator input or cuts out your accelerator input if it detects that there is an obstacle in front when you step on the accelerator pedal. Okay, now this 2.0 version of the ASA fitted in the Perodua SUV adds pedestrian detection, and the upgrade is merely software. There's no change to the hardware. You can't retrofit this into your existing Myvi, in case if you're wondering, but Perodua is working on introducing this upgrade to be implemented on the Myvi at a later date. Okay, then there's also the advanced version also gets a built-in dash cam. It gets a 2-DIN touchscreen unit, all right, with a smart link for Android phones, and it also gets leather upholstery. The X model gets fabric seats. Also standard is LED headlamps, and here's the interesting thing. All right, so basically it is more or less basically the same car as the Rush. Is even built on the same line. Mechanical components are all identical, interchangeable, but the Perodua version is it is differentiated cosmetically. The headlights are different, bumpers are different, taillights are different, but they basically share the same mounting point. So if you want to interchange between them, you actually can. Also, interior, the dashboards, there are some changes to the dashboards, but without any pictures to show you, I can just tell you now it's different lah, okay? But nothing major of note that will make you go wow. Okay, the door cards are different, and so the rear doors, all right, the Rush rear doors have a cup holder at the edge of the armrest. The Perodua SUV does not, so that is why the total cup holder count for the Rush is 13. The Perodua SUV's one is 11. Okay, so what else? There is, well, same 1.5 liter engine with pushing out what, 73 kilowatts, 133 newton meters of torque, fuel consumption rated 15.6 kilometers per liter. Okay, so that is the official, some of the official specs and notes that I have gathered, all right, during the preview, which was a no camera affair, so I can't show you anything about the car. Okay, and also between the time when I record this to the time I publish this, there may be new information that have just come in that, well, I will just append as extra footage at the end of my video. Alright, so we are here at Perodua plant. Earlier we also got a chance to test drive the new SUV on Perodua's test track, which is which is limited exposure rather. Doesn't tell us anything much really, other than the fact that it feels pretty much the same as the Rush overall. I did get the slight impression that it was a bit quieter, but that such impressions can be deceiving because the Perodua track also could have been better surfaced than the roads that we tested the Rush in. So nothing conclusive there. But we did get to try the car over some, you know, those simulated pothole kind of roads and all that. We found that the ride comfort is comparable to the Rush in the sense that the chassis feels like it has that kind of solidness that will soak up all the road irregularities and all that. As I said in my Rush review, it is the perfect car for you to bring to all your Klang seafood restaurant, all the sandy parking lots and all that. So this car would be good for that kind of surfaces. And what else? Well, as I said also during my review of the Rush, the engine feels like it really could use a few extra newton meters of torque, and this reinforces my prescription. Really, a car at this weight, a 1.5 liter petrol engine, is going to struggle to shift all that weight. So honestly, I think a diesel engine really would be a much preferable powertrain choice. Something that gives out there's no need for any upgrade in horsepower, but something with additional torque in the region of 180 to 200 newton meters, that would be wonderful. Okay, oh yeah, there's also no option for manual transmission. Both variants come standard with, you guessed it, the tried and tested 4-speed automatic gearbox. Now, a lot of people will say, 4-speed, oh, you're so out of date, but fact of the matter is, this Toyota 4-speed auto is, what is the word for it? It's unbreakable. It is a transmission that you know Toyota's record of durability. You know that this thing is going to last forever. So in terms of durability, the 4-speed auto still represents a very sensible proposition. Now, what about quality? Well, it is built on the same line as the Rush. The cars undergo the same kind of QC, so I would say there should be next to no difference, if at all. right? In fact, I think it would only make sense, okay, because you see, Toyota's committed volume for the monthly volume for the Rush is 400. Perodua said theirs is 2005. So in total, right, it is in the grand scheme of things, it is a very small volume, and it wouldn't have made sense for them to have a separate quality for Toyota and a separate quality for Perodua. That actually would add to the cost. All right, with this kind of small combined volume, it makes more sense for the Toyota and the Perodua to share as much commonality as possible. So they already have variations in all the external bits, right? I don't see why all the things that you don't see, that you can't, that are behind the scenes, should feel any different. They will be, and both cars, I believe, will be engineered and built to as similar quality as possible, simply because it actually makes more sense to do so. Okay guys, please excuse the abrupt change of scenery. Something went wrong with my previous recording, it got shortened halfway. But in any case, it's a blessing in disguise, because from the earlier parts of the clip until now, Perodua has already opened the SUV for booking, which we now know as being called the Aruz, A-R-U-Z. Alright, and well, some commenters have noted the similarity in name between that and the Rush, but hey, look, it is effectively the same car, just different lights and bumpers. Now, built even on the same factory, as a matter of fact, but priced 10,000 over ringgit cheaper. Okay, so the thing is that immediately you will ask, is there a point to buy the Rush over the Aruz? Well, if there is, I can't think of any good reasons yet lah, because unless you really want the privilege of owning a Toyota brand, perhaps, right? Or you really think that Toyota's after sales is that much superior to Perodua's that it justifies a 5-figure premium. But of course, there's also the other thing, that perhaps maybe if demand for the Aruz is so good, it overwhelms the booking numbers are so overwhelming that the waiting list grows too long, you can't wait for your Aruz, then you just, okay, I top up 10,000, buy the Rush, you get quicker delivery. Maybe lah, I can't see why you, once again, not a very convincing reason to me, but if that works for you, that works for you. Okay, then there's the other debate, the Aruz or the X70. To me, that question should not even be in the picture, because that is, the Aruz and X70 are basically two products competing in entirely different price segments, appealing to entirely different audiences. Okay, the X70, yes, it's more expensive, but it's also a far more sophisticated, refined product, boasting a ton of the latest technology, and connected in a way that even premium cars don't offer. All right, the X70, technology-wise, features-wise, really ventures into premium territory. The Aruz, on the other hand, is a basic, no-nonsense vehicle that really serves as a deliberately unglamorous point A to point B mode of transport. No fuss, no fancy whatsoever, just a basic 7-seater, no frills. Okay, so from these prepositions, right, from this summary of their prepositions, you can quite see that the X70 is a product that appeals to middle class, upper class buyers, that that you are after good value, and at the same time you want a sophisticated product. The Aruz, on the other hand, is a more functional, it is a more utilitarian vehicle that memang appeals to if you're looking for a 7-seater on a budget, B, you want something that you are deliberately looking for a vehicle that is no frills, no nonsense, nothing fancy, just a mechanically simple, unpretentious vehicle, then the Aruz is your cup of tea. So if anybody in the comment section asks me that this better or the X70 is better, my answer to you right now is don't bother. I don't have the answer for you. What's better is it really boils down to what suits you. And simply put, the Aruz and X70 are just different products meant to suit different segments of the market. So yeah, that's it about the Aruz. No idea when it's going to be launched, and well, since the previous preview event was a no camera affair, so there's nothing really to show you about the car until we have a chance to walk up to the car with cameras out and show you its details more up close. All right, cheers guys.